join a protest, flirt at a bonfire party. There's lots to learn outside of lectures at the student union. With new locations like the bowling alley and Simburger to explore, and new activities like juice pong and spray painting murals to enjoy, your Sims are sure to have the time of their lives. What's up guys, Rakowski here, and today we are judging and rating all of the builds in Sims University. Before we get started, if you like content on the older Sims games, or if you're just sick of EA, then please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Also, I just want to say a special thank you to my members for making this video possible. Your support means the world to me. And even if you're not a member, this series is in your control, so don't forget to head over to my community tab so you can vote on which world you want to see next. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Well, welcome back to Sims University, everybody. If you were here for the first episode, you noticed that we took Agnes Crumplebottom to university, and today we're taking Don Lothario because we do need to check out the fraternity. So I've already moved him in, but I just want to kind of do a recap. I've been very impressed with the build so far. Even the community lots, which I don't really talk about, like even the rabbit hole shells, they look really nice and detailed. And usually they go for a style, like for the Bridgeport apartments, but those weren't particularly pretty. These actually look nice. But that's besides the point. We're gonna start off with the frat, and then we're gonna do the rest of the occupied houses. As I said before, I'm gonna skip the dorms because there's 3 of them. They are all identical and they remind me already of the sorority anyway. I just think that they're not really like interesting enough for us to spend any time on, but some of the houses, my goodness, I can see some roofs from here. So without further ado, let's get started. First up is the Urele, Oresha, Cham. I guess it's supposed to be Greek letters or something. I just realized that. I was thinking that like maybe these are named after people, because at my university there was a lot of buildings named after like donators and whatever, but for these, like maybe they're supposed to be like the Simlish Greek letters like Alpha Sigma Chi or whatever, because this sorority name had a stupid name too. Okay, anyway, looking at this style, they're trying to do the neoclassical thing like they did for the sorority, but it doesn't pull off as much. I don't like it as much. I don't like that they don't have any like roofing details. They have the ionic pillars and all that, but I mean, other than that, it's more just like the boxy shape, right? And they also did it in a siding, which is a little bit less nice, a little bit less glamorous, and I just expect more from a neoclassical build. But yeah, looking around, like a big yard, there's a bar out here, but there's not really much else to do. What is this guy doing just like standing out back here? But like thinking about it, there's no back gate or anything, so how's he supposed to get in? Okay, I don't know, it's kind of underwhelming to be honest. Let's jump inside. Okay, so now this is definitely an ugly house, but keep in mind this is a fraternity house, like specifically the fraternity house in the Sims University world, right? So like the mixed match baby poo couches and stuff, I guess they all make sense. They make a little more sense in this house anyway. The beer keg for sure, the sports trophies, we all know how they love sports. Look at this ugly statue thing with like a security hat on it and like a tie. I don't understand it. I've never understood like masculine specific style. I don't understand cow print. I don't understand pickup trucks, and I don't understand dead animals' heads sticking out from your wall. You know what? The kitchen is kind of like pleasantly ugly. I'm glad it's not like a white kitchen, and even like the fridge and the stove and stuff, they look really old. I know the fridge and the stove are next to each other, and I haven't really mentioned this, but I have not seen a bathroom sink yet, I don't think, in the kitchens. They've been using kitchen sinks, and the thing is, like, I don't really like applaud that or reward that. I just expect that, although we shouldn't expect it from EA. Yeah, lots of baby poo though, like a little bit too much baby poo for my taste. This room has like a purple light in it, which is kind of nice. They got the neon lights here. Oh, they got the like liquor bottles on the shelf. My goodness, that's supposed to be like Johnny Walker Blue Label. That's crazy. It looks a little too similar. I don't know if they should be doing that. Going downstairs, we have another purple lit room. This is it from like the neon light or from the ceiling light, or maybe both? Like the ceiling light definitely looks purple. And actually going around, I've kind of seen this layout before. I think it's like the same as the I'm gonna have to look back. I'm not sure if it's the same as the sorority or as the dorms or as one of the houses, but like this floor plan just keeps getting reused over and over again. But a lot of university houses are definitely like this. Like they have a couple bedrooms in the basement, a couple on the main floor, a couple upstairs, right? So it's kind of like all spread out. You don't have all the bedrooms together like in a family house. Oh my God, a foosball table right on the second floor. I kind of like the overhang. It's a little bit nice way to use up the space. I think this house is a little bit too big, but this solves a big part of the problem. And upstairs, the bedrooms are actually quite like, you know, kind of monotone, masculine, boring, brown, blue, that kind of a thing. This one is definitely the nicest, but it has one of the ugliest ugliest bed sheet, so I don't know. I stand corrected. This is the ugliest bed sheet in the ugliest room. Like, it's like a competition for the ugliest at this point. Okay, coming back outside, like it totally fits the concept. The thing is though, is that we already saw the sorority and that had a shell that blew me away. I loved the colors, and I know my style is definitely more feminine than masculine, so I'm going to appreciate it more, but this one is just not as nice. It's not as good, and it doesn't even match it as well. Like if you want to do that fraternity style, like you can use like brown plaids and stuff. Like it doesn't have to all be baby poo. You can have liquor on the shelf. It doesn't have to be like ugly things all over the place, like Victorian green chairs. And they did a few things like that, but I mean, overall, it's not too bad. I'm gonna give this one a 7. I almost gave it a 6, but like they gave it a good shot. And I also have to kind of think, like, how would this score in a different world? And it would probably even do a lot better. It probably would have blew me away, so well done. Next up is the Melville Manor. Okay, I kind of like this style. It's very kind of like upper middle class suburban, a little bit of neoclassical elements, a little bit of suburban elements. I like the bay windows in the front. I think they're particularly pretty. It's very symmetrical. It almost looks like a face, but not so much that it's bothering me. They have that same bay window thing on the side. Ooh, look at these 2 circle windows. They're actually like symmetrical for once. They have a wraparound porch, kind of. It doesn't go all the way to the front, but maybe it shouldn't, because it's kind of like a country house. You want it to be like a back porch, like looking out over your estate. I get it. And the dormers, again, like they're actually putting dormers and putting rooms up there. So that's kind of a nice touch too. I actually recently did a build in my custom world where it's like, I just did like a pretend second floor. Okay, so my first thought is that this is like a much more cleaned up version of some of the other houses that we've seen. I don't think this is supposed to be a student house. I think this is like a decent, like well-off family's house. Look at this couch. Look at this matching set. Look at the carpet. This is my type of pink. It's like a fuchsia, right? I love fuchsia. The wall paneling, not my type of wood, but I really do like the paneling, and it does go well with the color. It's very harmonized throughout. I like the chess table. It's giving me like regalness, like a goth house, right? This is like a nice version of the Sims 2 goth house. Going into the dining room, I've seen this dining room before. We've definitely seen this exact floor plan before as well, but it's definitely done a lot better. I like the bar in the back here. Even the green wallpaper, I don't hate it because it suits the vibe. What doesn't suit the vibe though, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, is the kitchen and the bathroom. Again, plain white and bright, and they don't belong in this house. Like, you kind of have to make it a little more harmonious, right? Like if you're doing dark everywhere else, you've got to do something better. Going upstairs, we see the exact same problem. The common area is very old-fashioned, regal style, old money, right? And then you go into the bathrooms and they're bright and white and renovated again. Even these bedrooms too, like it just skews a little bit too modern, a little bit too out of place for me. I think this house should have picked one style or the other. They should have taken the common area styles and bled it into the bedrooms, or just kind of done like a little bit more contemporary throughout the inside, because this doesn't look like an old house. It looks like a new recreation of an old house, so the inside details don't necessarily work, but I still like them. It's kind of like classic EA style, but done in like a much better way. I didn't hate all of the colors. There wasn't baby poo everywhere. They just need to sometimes pick a side, you know, classical or contemporary, and in this case they chose both. I don't know, I'm gonna give it a 7. I always end up in like a really comfortable number, and for this world it's 7. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5, but you know what, 7 is not a bad default for a Sims world, so well done. Next up is the Middle Manor. Also something to note, most of these houses have been pretty big. Even though there's like a few less houses than we're used to, they're definitely on the larger side, like 4 to 8 bedrooms, right? And looking around, of course I don't love the big brown house, but I like how there's only like one brown house. There's not a bunch of them. Kyle's kind of complaining in the background. I don't think he likes it either. It's my Kyle and Kylie corner. Don't you love it? Anyway, let's get back to the house. The windows are pretty good. We have one little off-centered circle kind of hiding under the roof, but I see it, EA. I'm on to you. Oh, the bar's outside in this one. How daring. Okay, let's just jump inside. Baby poo everywhere. Of course it is. My goodness, look at this. Again, I think we've seen this floor plan before too. So we got the foosball table on a baby poo rug. We have the living room with the baby poo rug. We have a plain white stark bathroom with the same blue wall. I love these bathrooms, but like I just don't love them in every one of these builds. Going into the back hall, it's just a lot of books. I don't know how like students would feel about that. A plain white stark kitchen with the same wallpaper in the back as the last episode. Every house has these kitchens, but I will kind of commend the fact that they tried to decorate this dining room. It still looks ugly, but at least they tried. Going upstairs, we have another brown and greenish kind of like foyer landing area with a bunch of stark white contemporary bedrooms around it. See, I don't know, like, see, they're definitely repeating things. I just don't think that they're the best things that they should be repeating. I've definitely seen this couch before. This is a copied couch. I saw it, I think it was in the sorority, but I've definitely seen that before. Same with this dresser? Like, I think they're just like saving swatches and reusing things. I do that too, but you can't do that with certain things. Like, you can do it with a brown coffee table. You could put this in every house and I would not notice. But if you put this couch in any other build, people are gonna notice. Same with this bed too. I'm sure I've seen that as well. Have we done this house? Maybe I accidentally saw this one already, but I think I would have remembered seeing a big ugly brown house. Okay, going upstairs, we have the same attic with the same chairs and the same pool table. Yeah, they're definitely copying rooms in this one. But yeah, coming back outside, it's just like a big ugly brown EA house. The roofing is EA, the windowing is EA, the inside is definitely EA, and that's not really a good thing, is it? I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a 5. I think 5 is pretty generous for what we've seen, but keep in mind, like, we've seen such horrible things in other episodes, like broken floor plans and things that are not gonna work and things that are just like abhorrently gross or don't make sense. At least these are just kind of like a question of taste, so I can't hate it too much. Actually, yes I can. Watch me. Next up is the Middlebrow Minuteman. That's kind of a peculiar name, isn't it? I don't know. Another like big ugly blue house by EA, but at the end of the day, I don't hate all of the blues that they're using. This roof at the back though has problems. Yeah, looking around, I don't know if they're using the same blue over and over again or if the lighting is just slightly different, but I think I preferred the initial ones. It might have been the sunlight though. I'm just being nitpicky. I do like this blue, just not for an exterior. They have like a nice front porch and stuff, like little EA Sunset Valley details, right? Ooh, they have a keg outside. Well, at least like the ping pong tables outside. I guess thinking about it, you can play beer pong in The Sims 3, so I guess juice pong is what they're gonna call it, but you know what I mean. So I would rather have that being outside. So this is for female roommates also, and let's just note that Don Lothario is peeking in through their window. What a creep. But hey, we all knew that, right? Okay, let's jump inside. Another baby poo living room. Anyway, let's just keep in mind that this is EA and this is exactly what we should expect. I've seen this floor plan before. I've seen the same dining room with these same plants. They're just in different places. I noticed that too. Thank God, a different tiled kitchen. It's green, but at least I like it. I think in one of the houses we had like a green fridge and stuff. This I much prefer. The green counter, that's enough. Yeah, well, at least I like the kitchen finally. Let's go upstairs. I've seen this bedroom before too. I've seen these exact same colors. See, this is the problem. They only have like one representation of like femininity and masculinity. For masculinity, they have like baby poo and ugly browns, and for femininity, they have like pink, fuchsia, mint, bright blue. Like, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. And then as we move through the other bedrooms, they're not particularly like for anybody, right? Like, they don't have any distinctive style. They don't really have any sort of like direction. Some of the other bedrooms in the other builds, they definitely had more identity in them. Like, they had like skill building stuff. They had like different hobbies and skills. They had different sources of entertainment, right? Like, it kind of individualized them a little bit. And this one, it just looks like they did one girl's bedroom and then like 3 normal EA bedrooms. But I digress. Oh my God, I thought there was a 3rd floor. I was gonna say, my God, I hope it's over. But yeah, coming back outside, I see another one of the blue houses in the background there. I really like this blue style. I think this is one of the worst shells that they've done for it though. It's not as dynamic, it's really boxy, and they didn't even name it after a box this time. I don't know, I do think it's kind of weak, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting towards the end and there's so much repetition, but I'm just not feeling this one. I'm gonna give it a 4. I thought for like the female roomies, like I would love it, but evidently not, and it's just not my style, and quite frankly, I think it's just EA's style. Next up is the Modest Manse. I'm so sorry, but the light is not hitting the front of any of these buildings. It's cloudy. I don't even have seasons installed. Sometimes the lighting mods will change the weather a little bit in the sky. I think we're just getting unlucky. But again, like looking at it from the back, we can kind of see the color. It's like a diet beige, right? It's kind of like when you water down Coca-Cola. So it's like a slightly different color from the brown house, but it's not quite as gray as the gray house. It's a little bit in between. But one thing I'm gonna say is that I've definitely seen this shape already. We've seen this exact same house. It was a different color and it had air conditioning vent right here in the first episode. So I'm expecting something very familiar. Let's jump inside. I'm quite certain we've had this same floor plan. I don't know how I feel about it. Going in here, I think the dining room had a circle table with 4 chairs, but these exact same chairs, so it's not too different. The laundry in the bay windows, remember I complained about this before. The same kitchen too. See, this is the thing, it's kind of like a repeat house. It's kind of disappointing because at the end of the day, like, it's not that big of a world, so they didn't have to repeat as many houses. I don't mind them doing that, but I do mind them kind of like keeping it almost exactly the same, especially in terms of floor plan. You can keep the kitchens and bathrooms where they are, but again, these are the same kitchens, the same bathrooms, same dining room furniture, same beds. I don't think there's anything new in this house. Going upstairs, okay, I don't think I've seen a bedroom like this, so it's a little bit of a change, but it's just like a lofted bedroom in the attic, not very private drive it, you can see all the way down to the first floor from up here. This one, they tried to make it all contemporary, I think, and it didn't seem to go so well personally. I don't know, coming back outside, they use a lot of my least favorite browns. I don't like the brown on the outside. I don't like most of the woods. I don't like the repeats of the same things that I didn't like before. And it's neither here nor there. Like, we can take it off this house or the original house, but they have to lose points for some of these repeats. I don't know. I think this is just like a much uglier version of what we already saw. I'm gonna give it a 3. University's not doing so well in the second half, unfortunately. Maybe we saw all the pretty things in the first episode, but we still have a few more, so let's keep going. Next up is the Peabody Palace. Okay, so it's a green mission house by EA, so we'll see how I feel about it. Going around, I don't mind the porch detail, the fence is nice. Again, the yards are very big and empty. They don't seem to use them too much. A frisbee, they love using frisbees in the backyard, I've noticed this. Yeah, going around, maybe a few too many porches, because look at the roof. Like, the roof just becomes a disaster, but that's kind of how real life roofs are sometimes. I don't like the bump outs like with like the dormers. I think the roof is too high for that. It just seems like a little bit too squished, and like it probably works, but I mean, I still don't like it. And when you get complicated like this, then you get all the Sims 3 like roof glitching, right? I don't know. Okay, let's just jump inside and see what they did. The first thing is this big brown rug in the middle, but overall it's not too bad. I don't love the color palette, but at least they keep it a little bit more contemporary throughout. I noticed that going over to like the bedrooms and like the kitchen, like we see all those contemporary elements we've seen in those classical houses, but this is a little bit more harmonious. I don't necessarily like it. Again, it has a lot of the same problems, like too white, too stark, no like elements of color. The only color I see here is like the packs of ramen. Going here, another dorm style bedroom, another white bathroom. I haven't seen a shower in a while either. Like, not all these bathrooms are having showers, but I always have to pick like one thing or the other to kind of nitpick about, right? But this is called the roomies, and they are like well, I don't know if they are sharing this bedroom. How many of them are there? Maybe there's 3, because there's like their own bedroom here. This also happens in university. You have some people who have their own room, and then some people who have to share a room. Going up to the attic, they do what I do. It's like a pretend second floor. Sometimes I just kind of delete the floor, and I kind of have like the dormers kind of just add extra light into the other rooms. But for this, it's like they just put a floor and like a telescope. At least there's room to add things. Like, I don't see like a ping pong table. I don't see a pool table or anything. So at least if you want to, oh, maybe you can't even fit it up here though. But this house is small, so I don't mind having like a bit of extra space at the top. Okay, coming back outside, I mean, like, it's more cohesive. It's more well done. I still don't love it. I'm not in love with the color choices, but I am in love with the fact that they actually tried to make something that works together. It's just not for me and not my style, and I would have done so many things differently. And this shell is a little bit ugly, and we've seen them do like a nice mission style house already in this world. So why didn't they just copy it like they did everything else? I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a 5. Oh, it's in 5 territory now. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be better, but you know what? I still have fun seeing the ugly ones sometimes, so whatever. Next up is the lone professor. This better be a little different if it's like a professor who lives by themselves. It's certainly not gonna look like a student house. So I'm expecting bookshelves and like researchy things, but maybe my hopes are too high. Going around, it's that same kind of like neoclassical suburban style that they've been going for. I like the bay window on the side. I don't mind the sunroom at the back. I already see laundry in it though, so that's something I don't like. I like how the balcony kind of overhangs here off of the foundation. That's kind of nice. And again, they don't have a flat terrain, so they actually have to put some effort into it. I was not thrilled when they added terrain elements to The Sims 4. I was like, no, that's so hard. But you know what? In The Sims 3, you have to, because your lots can be placed literally anywhere you want. Okay, let's jump inside. Guess what color the living room is? Green, of course, right? So let's just go inside. I see a brick wall on the inside. I don't know how I feel about just that one detailed brick wall. I sometimes do this, but not in houses like this. Again, it's like very contemporary. These almost look like fake bricks. And why is it like different, like molding? Exposed brick wall, whatever. Okay, let's just go into this room. It's like a study. I see the globe. Okay, university stuff. I could see a professor having that. A study area, a big bookshelf. They've been using this bookshelf a lot in the university world. I'm not sure if it's from the university pack, but it's way better than the ugly golden giraffe one that they usually use. Okay, I was asking for color, but not a green stove and fridge. Oh my god, they at least have like recycled bins and like garbage pan, like little details, but again, I don't love it. Going into the dining room, at least we have a painting and stuff, but I've just like, I haven't seen a dining room that blew me away in so many episodes. And yes, the laundry, the ugly yellow old washer and dryer is in the sunroom for everyone to see. Okay, let's go upstairs. We got laundry basket. I haven't seen too many of those. That's nice to see. I think there's too much university stuff in this house, if I'm honest. I don't think a professor would have like 2 of the flags and like a poster and stuff. It's a little bit juvenile. It's ghastly in terms of style, right? Okay, going into this study, I guess. I don't know. Why is there 2 studies? And 2 bedrooms, right? Like the lone professor, like it's a little bit too family of a house. I think they could have went for a different style, but again, they're copying a lot of these floor plans, another empty attic, but you know what I mean? Like they're copying the floor plans and like they're not really individualizing these houses enough for the Sims. I had higher hopes for this. It's not awful though. I still like the shell. I do like the inside. I just don't necessarily like it for a lone professor. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it a faculty house? Is it a student house? It's an EA build, but you know what? It's all right. I'm gonna give it a 6. Okay, EA, you have one chance to redeem yourself. Let's see if you can do it. Oh my God, how am I gonna even pronounce this one? And last but not least is the Wharton Whaling house. I don't know what that means. It might be a house named after somebody. So at my university, a lot of the big buildings, not houses, but like big buildings were named after donators. And Wharton Whaling sounds like a man with a lot of money. So let's just keep going. Kyle's come by here. I'm gonna pet him. He's whining as usual, but maybe he's whining about all these dormers. Look at this. It looks like it'll be a nice 3rd floor, but I don't know. This house is really big and boxy. This is like EA big house. So many windows, off-centered circle window. Ooh, the air conditioning that I like. I don't know, but like the fence and stuff, like they've used this fence a lot. I think people would have had a little bit more diversity. You can see it in the back here too, right? Like it's the exact same fence, exact same neighborhood and stuff. And like a lot of times people paint their fences differently just to bother people. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of excuses why you could add a little bit of creativity, but at least they tried some detail. They have some corners, like the white corners here, like for the walls. They like the windowing is almost balanced. They did a pretty good job for putting so many of them. Okay, let's jump inside. Oh, the Wharton Whaling house looks like another student house. We have a pool table smack dab in the baby poo living room, old stereo, stark white bathroom. We've seen this exact same bathroom before, this exact same couch, this exact same bookshelf, like everything is the same. I don't know if we've had this counter yet though. I don't know. This dining room, again, the same idea, same few plants. Like I just don't understand it. I don't mind having an art room, but I don't think anyone with an art room would have this carpet. Well, actually, maybe that's why they're using it to catch the paint. Okay, going upstairs, I see a foosball table, very university, with contemporary bright bedrooms as usual. Like, why is this so IKEA and this is so Leon's? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Well, at least there's a 3rd floor. Let's just check it out because I think we've seen a lot of this before. Oh my God, upstairs we just have a bathroom, no shower, with just a bathtub, with nothing else to do up here. At least up here you could fit some of the bigger items, and university has a few like larger household items that it's nice to have some room for. But to have room for it, you didn't really need to make this big, ugly, boxy house. My goodness. Yeah, coming back out, like it seems like these houses are going by a little bit faster each time because they're just reusing things. I recognize things. I don't particularly like them. I like the outside shell color. It's a nice blue, slightly softer than some of the other blues that we've seen, but I don't like the columns. I don't like the windows. I don't like the dormers, and I don't like the shape either. This was really disappointing. Like I was kind of expecting something nice and regal and fancy. We almost got that with one of the builds earlier, but we certainly didn't get it from here. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 4. It's so anticlimactic because like the second half was just like a sleigh ride into menopause. Oh, sorry EA, but time's up and we gotta get out of here. Well, that does it for the rest of the houses in Sims University. What did you guys think? I really enjoyed this world. I can definitely see why it's an improvement of Twinbrook or Riverview or Sunset Valley, but overall I really wasn't impressed by the end because we saw so much repetition. And sorry this is in voiceover. I think I deleted my original conclusion, so I'm just kind of redoing it as I finish editing the video. But yeah, next up is Lunar Lakes, and I'm really excited to get started with that one. It's definitely my style. I know a lot of you are terrified because it's so weird and ugly, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in, like ultra modern space houses with weird staircases and roofs. I don't know, I think I might like it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe for some more Sims content. I can't believe we're almost done. Like I'm just sitting here thinking about it and I'm like, what am I gonna do after this? But I did do a community tab poll and you guys seem to want the Sims 2 worlds next, so I can definitely do that. I know the Sims 2 more than any other Sims game, so I'm gonna be familiar with most of them, but I definitely want to call out some of the problems that they have. But yeah, let me know what you think about that as well. Thanks again. Boom.